This is a status hearing involving the Reyes child. Mr. Turner is with us representing the child. We have Miss Evans, the mother, is not with us. There are two alleged fathers, Uriel Reyes and Daniel Silva. Neither one of them is with us. So,
Ms. Sessions, you're a supervisor working with the Texas Department of Family, working with St. Francis Ministries.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with the Reyes case?
Yes, sir.
Tabitha Evans is strike that. Let's back up a minute. Child Kinsley is currently placed where?
In a foster home in Amarillo.
And at the adversary hearing, there was some testimony about some withdrawal symptoms. Is the child still suffering some withdrawal symptoms?
No, she's doing very well.
Is the foster home making sure that she's attending all of her medical appointments?
Yes, they are.
And I know she's not very old, but is she meeting all of her developmental standards at this time?
Yeah, there's no concerns for her at this time.
Child's mother is Tabitha Evans. Have either you or anyone under your supervision had any contact with Miss Evans?
Yes. There's been several people from St. Francis that have had contact with Miss Evans.
And
two permanency specialists and the parent support worker.
great. And was St. Francis able to develop a service plan for Miss Evans?
Yes, sir.
And was that plan based upon the conversations with Miss Evans that people from St. Francis have had?
Yes.
Was it specifically tailored for the needs that St. Francis believes Miss Evans needs to be able to reunify with Kinsley?
Yes.
Was that service plan then set forth in writing and given to Miss Evans?
So Miss Evans, we did create the plan. It was filed with the court. Miss Evans has not received a copy of her plan. She has been, discussions have been had with her about services contained within the plan. Payments for services have been sent in for those required services. She's been difficult to meet with and to kind of nail down. She's been having a lot of phone issues. So it's been not a whole lot of communication with us and her. It's been difficult to communicate with her.
The safety plan that was developed and is on file with the court, that was outlined in the court report?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court today to make that plan an order of this court so that Miss Evans knows what she has to do in order to have Kinsley returned to her?
Yes, sir.
Uriel Reyes was the originally alleged father. There's been an order for genetic testing. Do you know if anybody has found Mr. Reyes to determine if he is to start the determination if he is the biological father of this child?
Miss Evans reports he is not the father of Kinsley, but no one from St. Francis has had communication with Mr. Reyes. He has not reached out to us and we've been unable to locate him.
He's now alleging that Daniel Correa is the father. Has anybody had any contact with Mr. Correa?
No, our understanding is that he was deported to Mexico, and so we will be working with the Mexican consulate to try to track him down in Mexico.
In the meantime, it would not be safe to return Kinsley to Miss Evans or to either Mr. Reyes or Mr. Correa.
That is correct. And both Mr. Reyes and Mr. Correa have a family plan as well.
Okay. And it would be contrary to Kinsley's general welfare to take her out of her home where she's at right now.
That is correct.
Are you asking then that the court continue the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services as a temporary mansion conservatory and continue to approve the placement in the foster home?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Turner?
Just briefly, Ms. Sessions, obviously one of the issues that opened this case was mom's drug use and addiction issues. Has she tested recently?
She has not. I think the last drug screen she took was the last court order drug screen. We have not yet sent her in December.
Okay. And do you have the results back from that drug screen? I don't recall seeing them.
No, it was actually done through DFPS, and we cannot access their drug screens
Okay.
in the system. We would have to get that from them, and they may have sent it and it just hasn't been filed. I'll have to follow up.
Has mom had any visitation with Kinsley since our last hearing?
No, so they were court ordered to be virtual. Referral for that visitation was sent to our contractor. And again, Ms. Evans has been difficult to get in contact with the phone issues. So I do not believe that the contractor has been able to contact her to get those visits set up.
Okay. And you
So
briefly,
to answer your question, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Turner. She has not seen the child
she has
since
not.
for about 3 weeks. Yes.
And to follow up on, you briefly addressed this with Mr. Alvey, but to follow up with her, at the last hearing, she was having a lot of withdrawal symptoms, fairly serious at that time. Those have completely resolved themselves as far as you know?
Yes, as far as I know, another supervisor, Margie Lopez, has seen Kinsley in her home this month, and she reports no issues or concerns with her currently.
Okay, so there's not any specialists or doctors or anything like that at this time that she needs to see, or any appointments that need to be scheduled for anything in particular?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Alvey, anything further from the department?
We'll rest, Your Honor. I apologize.
All right, Mr. Turner, did you have any witnesses?
I have no witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Turner, recommendations?
Would recommend that the department be maintained as the conservator and that placement be continued.
All right. Ms. White, does CASA have anything to add?
CASA agree with Mr. Turner. We do have sporadic contact with mom. Our office is always available for a meeting point. Tabitha does know where our office is, just to let
Okay.
St. Francis know.
All right, thank you. Aaron, did you want me to order any drug tests today, or are we all right?
I want to say yes, but also I don't want to set mom up for failure. Like, I would rather not court order it and require her to go today if we can't get in contact with her. I would
Okay.
rather it be where if we meet her, parent support worker's been trying to meet with her weekly, so that if she finds her, she can take her to drug screen. But the dads, we can't locate them, so I don't know how much
Sure.
good it would do at this point.
Yeah, no. Okay, why don't we just do this? Well, number one, I'll continue the department's temporary manager conservator, continue Kinsley's current placement. I'll order the services for mother and the 2 alleged fathers as contained in their service plans. And I'll just enter an order today that's, I'll order Miss Evans to drug test anytime requested by St. Francis or the department. That way we can at least say she was ordered to go and did not. So, okay. Then I will set the next hearing, the initial permanency hearing, for April 24th, 2026. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before April 24th to see what time we'll have that hearing, instead of having to sit around in the waiting room. So, okay, we'll be in recess on this case. I'll be back here at 9:30 or so to call a Wheeler County permanency hearing involving the Green children. So we'll be in recess. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Thanks, Judge.
This is a permanency hearing involving the Green children. Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Williamson's with us for CASA. Mr. Michaelson's with us representing the mother, Miss Green. She is also with us. Mr. Sarah's with us representing Mr. Green. He's incarcerated, I show. He is not with us. Mr.
Your
Miller.
Honor, I'm sorry.
What?
We had sent, Brittany had assisted me in sending over an order for him to appear via Zoom from his TDCJ unit. So I don't know if they'll get that done today, but if you could just keep a lookout for him, please, I'd appreciate it.
Ms. Tidwell, you're a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes, sir.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Michael and Malachi Green,
Yes, sir.
and where are they currently placed?
They are currently placed with their maternal grandmother, Donna Williams.
And in what community?
Sir, they're
In
in
what
San
community?
Angelo, Texas.
All right. Thank you. Now, Ms. Tidwell, is Ms. Williams taking good care of Malachi and Michael at this time?
Yes, sir.
Have any concerns about that placement?
No, sir.
She making sure that these 2 boys attend all of their mental health, medical, and dental appointments?
Yes, sir.
The children's mother is Karina Green,
Yes,
and she was incarcerated for a long period of time during the length of this case. Once she was released from jail, she relocated to San Angelo. Is that correct?
yes,
And she's been in San Angelo in contact with the boys and working through her services.
yes.
Has she completed all of the services in her service plan?
She has completed everything but her psychosocial, and that's only because on my end, I'm having problems finding someone in San Angelo to where we can pay for that.
In the meantime, has she developed a sufficient background and group to help her so that we can return the boys to her today?
We're actually working towards returning the boys to her. But she has informed us she's not ready for the boys to be returned to her today.
There were some concerns about a hot water heater in her house. Do you know what the status of that is?
Yes, I just asked her about it this morning, and she let me know she still does not have a hot water heater.
So since we extended this case a couple of months ago, we still have a few months. At this point in time, it would not be safe to return the boys to Miss Green, and it'd be contrary to their general welfare.
Yes, sir.
But our goal is, and we're still working towards being able to return the boys to Miss Green.
Yes, sir.
And you've been in contact with Miss Green. Other folks from St. Francis Ministries has been in contact with Miss Green to make sure that she understands what is needed so that we can get these boys returned to her.
That is correct.
Is she being able to exercise regular visits with the boys?
Yes, sir. She sees them approximately 6 hours a week. And she sees them at placement at her mother's home.
Is there any particular reason that it's only at 6 hours per week?
And that is what we, at our last court hearing, was asked if we could increase to.
Do we have any objections to it increasing to more than that?
No, sir.
Michael Green is the father to these two boys. He's currently incarcerated in the Texas judicial prison system.
Yes, sir.
And do we know when a release date would be?
I have his release date is set for September 5th, 2028, and he's eligible for parole September 5th, 2026.
So it would still be 9 months before his first parole date. And his actual release date is still a couple years away.
Yes, sir.
So at this time, you're asking that well, make sure that I've covered everything. It would be unsafe to return the boys to him today.
Yes, sir.
And contrary to their general welfare.
Yes, sir.
And you're then asking that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservators of these two boys and continue working with Miss Green to eventually return them to her.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Tidwell. I'll pass it with you, Sharon.
All right. Ms. Tidwell, the report I read said that the kids are having weekly phone visits with the parents. I've heard you say the mom's down there now having in-person visits. Is Mr. Green allowed to have phone visitation with the kids?
No, those are with Mr. Green's mother. She's in California, and they have weekly visits with her.
Okay, Mr. Green's not allowed to have phone visits with the
No.
children. Is that correct? Okay.
That is
All right.
my understanding. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Michaelson.
Thank you. Once again, Mr. Alvey stole most of my thunder, but as far as water heaters go, is there any programs that would assist Karina in making the home habitable?
I could reach out to the boys' kinship worker there in San Angelo to see. I don't know of resources in San Angelo, but I definitely could, try to find some.
Okay. And as far as her outstanding service, that's not from her non-compliance, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Lucero.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Tidwell, currently, do you know whether Ms. Green is employed?
Yes, ma'am, she is employed. She's working at Food King, and she's been employed there since May 26th, 2025 is my understanding.
Okay, and the home that she's living in now that her plan is to have the boys placed with her, that's I guess either her mom or her parents' like second home, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay, and besides the water heater, are all the other utilities working that you?
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
know?
I have a local permanency specialist, and I spoke with her yesterday, and she did confirm that all utilities are working minus the water heater.
Okay, and just to be clear, Mr. Green's maximum release date is 2028, but it's possible for him to make parole in 2026, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I pulled off of the TDCJ website.
Okay, and like I said, I came into this case late. However, is there any kind of written communication at this time between Mr. Green and the boys?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay, would it be if he were to write letters and they go through you or through the kids? I don't even know if the kids are in therapy, and y'all would approve those. Would y'all oppose him sending letters to the boys?
No, I would just request that he would mail them to St. Francis for us to read prior to the boys getting them.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you've, Mr. Nowak, I've already read what he sent in. Basically, Mr. Alvey, you're just asking that the department continue TMC and the placements continue, and I don't have any problem with mothers and visitation being increased. I assume Mr. Nowak wouldn't either. So is that basically the department's request?
That's our request at this time, Your Honor. We feel like we're real close to getting these boys returned to Miss Green.
Yeah, okay. Ms. Tidwell, what's the plan for father in this case? Is the department asking that he be named possessory conservator at the end of this case, or are you trying to terminate him? Or
I believe the direction we were going is we were going to try to hold a mediation so we could name him possessory, sir.
Okay, that's right. I read that in your report, so I'll make that part of my ruling.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, then. Ms. Williamson, does CASA have anything to add?
We have nothing further to add.
Okay. All right, then I will continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue the kids' current placements. I'll order that. I'm not going to say how much, it's just up to what's available, but I'll order mother's visitation to be increased, and I will order mediation in this case. I'll set a final in this case for March 4th, 2026. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties can go on the court's online docket a day or two before March 4th to see what time of day we'll have the hearing to avoid sitting in the waiting room. So, and if we get, if we're ready for a reunification prior to that, I'll be happy to sign an agreed order on that. So, all right, that will conclude this case. I'll be back at 10 o'clock to call a Gray County case. That's a permanency hearing involving the Honeycut child. So we'll stand in recess till then. Y'all have a good rest of your week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nita?
Yes, sir.
Are the two boys going to get their bikes before Christmas?
I hope so.
Good.
I'm still waiting to hear back about logistics, but
Good.
yeah.
Let me know if there's problems with logistics. I'll do what I can to help.
Okay. Thank you so much.
This is a permanency hearing involving the Honeycut child.
Mr. Outley, you are a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Wilder Honeycut, the child is subject to this suit?
Yes.
And Wilder is currently placed where?
In Panhandle, Texas, in the foster home.
And is that foster home meeting all of Wilder's needs at this time?
Yes.
Any concerns about the care the foster home is providing?
No, not at all.
Is Wilder meeting all of his developmental standards at this time?
Yes.
Any serious medical issues that we need to adjust with the judge?
No.
Child's mother is Lacey Scott.
Yes.
Ms. Scott's currently incarcerated in the Texas prison system.
Yes.
Have you provided her with a copy of the service plan so that she knows what services we're requesting that she complete?
Yes.
Do you know if she has begun working any of those services, or if she's able to work any of those services where she's currently incarcerated?
At this time, no. I did send a letter asking for information on December 8th. I haven't got anything back. I tried to call yesterday to the hobby unit. They forwarded me to another department. Nobody answered. I left a message to be returned for a call, but haven't got a return call yet. So,
have you attempted to communicate with her on a monthly basis?
yes, like I called last on 11/26 to try to get through, and they just forward me to another department, leave a message. Nobody ever calls me back. So,
have you had an opportunity to send any written correspondence to her?
what exactly is that?
Have you written to her?
Oh yeah, I went. The last letter I sent was 12/8, so I'm still waiting. See if she has the funds to write me back to, or however it works there.
The child's father is Michael Honeycut, and at the beginning of this case, he expressed an interest in maybe working services. Have you had any contact with him recently?
No, it's been last about 4 months, I think, since I've seen that, since I even made contact with him or seen him.
Okay, and you again have been monthly attempted to reach out to him to make contact.
Yes, I've like been by his house. I even like left voicemails with his daughter. I think his name is Sarah. And I checked like all like Gray County roster, like jail rosters. No luck at all.
And right now, you don't have any idea what his status is, where he's at, what's going on in his world.
No, sir.
Because of Miss Scott's incarceration and because of Mr. Honeycutt's lack of contact, would you agree with me that it would not be safe to return Wilder to either parent today?
Yes.
It'd be contrary to Wilder's general welfare to do so.
Yes.
Are you asking then that Wilder remain under the conservatorship of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, and for the court to approve his placement continuing?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. All right, thank you. Mr. Outley, the report I read said that mom's doing parenting and counseling in prison. So she's doing what she can. Is that a fair statement?
Well, yeah, that's what I was assuming, because like in our last court, she said she was going to work services while she was incarcerated. So it's kind of like an assumption. So.
Okay, well, I read in the report said that she's doing parenting and counseling. That came from y'all, not from me. So I assume I assume if it's in your report, she's doing it.
That's what I was assuming, because she said like during the last court, she said she's going to do it while she was incarcerated. So.
Okay, all right. Do you know what she's incarcerated for? I can ask her if you don't.
Well, I think her last thing was credit card abuse, and I think it was like on 4/20 or something.
Okay.
This year.
All right. And have you found any release date, or do you want me to ask her?
Well, it said, like when I looked it up this morning, the projected release date is 9/18/26. If she goes, the maximum is 4/30/28.
Okay, all right. All right then, Ms. Archer.
I have no questions for Mr. Outley.
All right. Mr. Harris, basically, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Mr. Alvey, did you have anything further?
No, Your Honor. We'll rest it.
All right. Miss Archer, did you want to call Miss Scott or not?
I do.
Okay, I think she was trying to tell us something a minute ago. Miss Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the
Yes.
testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Archer?
Miss Scott, do they have your possible release date correct?
No, ma'am. I actually made parole. I just seen parole, and I made parole, and my estimated release date is in May.
Okay. And what classes have you been able to take while there?
I just received Antar's letter yesterday, and I didn't know whether or not I completed a parenting class through Shine Amazing Light of Texas. It's CPS certified, so it is approved to be taken by CPS. So I just don't know what address to send the certificate to. I don't know if I send it to the letter or the address that's on the letter, or if I send it to the address that's on the bottom of the paper that he sent the letter on. I was in the middle of writing him back as well.
Okay, wonderful. Judge, can I have Antar answer that?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt if we get an address.
Yeah, send it to the 1700 Southeast 12. The one.
Which is the one on the envelope?
Yes.
Okay, so not the one in Lubbock at the bottom of the paper,
No,
but the one on the
that's just-
envelope.
Yeah, that's just the format I used.
Okay, and I'll address it to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I have completed a parenting class. I've also enrolled in the substance abuse program, but it's a year program. So since I'm already eligible for parole, I wasn't allowed to enter into the program. But I have been attending AA meetings and doing anger management and everything that I need to. I was also going to ask Antar if there was any way that he could send me a copy of my service plan to me in here, because I don't have the one that I got previously when I was, was not incarcerated.
Did I not put in the letter?
No, the only thing I got was the update on how he was doing. I haven't received anything from you except for the letter that you sent me on 12/8. I just got it too yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get her service plan in the mail to her today.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Lacey, you've done anger management class. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going
And I
to
don't even know if it's on my service plan, but I did it anyways just for me. And also, I'm very proud of this, sorry, but we have our tablets in here, and I have almost 112 EDOVO certificates. I can write Antar and you, Miss Archer, because we have to give you a transcript code, kind of like the Zoom meeting code, that you can go look at our certificates. But I have 112 certificates, and over half of them are for parenting and substance abuse.
That's great. And if you'll get that to both of us, it'd be fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. I'll put that in the mail today.
And is there anything else that you've completed that you want to tell the court about?
No, ma'am, not so far. I've enrolled in cognitive life skills, but I haven't enrolled. I sent in an I-60 to try to take the class, which is something that'll help me with my emotions and the way that I think and my problem-solving skills, but I haven't been accepted yet, and I don't know if I will, considering I've made parole. But I've been on my best behavior in here because I know that Wilder is relying on me, and I made my first parole, so I'm trying everything in my power to get out to him. It has been devastating to not be with him.
Well done. We're so happy to hear that. Is there anything else? Is that all we need to know?
Please, have anything that has to do with Heath, it has to do with me, because I don't even plan on, having anything to do with him when I get out. I'm doing everything that I can to get out and be with him and do everything I can to be his mother.
Thank you so much, Lacey. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Anyone else have questions for Ms. Scott?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, then, Mr. Alvey, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
All right. Ms. Archer, anything further?
Nothing further. I rest.
All right. Mr. Harris is in another trial, as we heard. He sent his recommendation, he says status quo, everything seems to be going fine. So then CASA, I'm trying to find.
Sorry.
There she
Your
is.
Honor,
There she is.
I'm sorry. I apologize. My video is not working, but we're in agreement with everybody. The child is doing great in care.
Okay.
So no concerns.
All right. All right, then. I will continue department as temporary managing conservator. I'll continue Wilder's current placement. I'll go ahead. We're coming up in March on a year date. I'll go ahead and set the final for March 9th, 2026. That the case has not been extended. We'll see what happens then. Ms. Scott, I'll commend you. You've done, I think I've been doing this 15 years. I think you're attempting to do more in prison than I've ever had any parent in prison doing. So I'm going to commend you on that.
Thank you.
Okay, the final hearing on March 4th will be by Zoom. Parties can ask their lawyers, or anybody can go on the court's online docket a day or two before March 4th to see what time we would have that hearing. And again, if this case has not been extended, we'll see where we're at that time. But you just keep doing what you're doing, Ms. Scott. You're doing all you can under your circumstances.
Yes, sir. And I'll get my certificate for the parenting class and the transcript code for the EDOVO certificates in the mail to both Ms. Archer and Antar.
Okay, sounds great. And just for my records, tell me, what are you serving? What's your sentence for? What were you convicted of?
I had a drug charge for prohibited substance and a possession, and then I caught 2 new charges on probation for credit card and fraudulent information of an ID.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just needed to know that for my records.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then that will conclude this case. For those of you involved, I'll be back at 10:30 to call another Gray County case. That is a permanency review after final order involving the Welsh and Von Cannell children. So we'll be in recess till 10:30 or so. Y'all have a good rest of your week.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here on a placement review after final order involving the Welsh and Von Cannell children.
Ms. Cook, you're St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Madeline Von Cannell and Hudson Welsh?
Yes.
Madeline is currently placed where?
She is in a group home in Amarillo.
And she is 17 and actually turns 18 in February. Is that correct?
Yes.
She does well at her current school?
Yes, she does.
And has she voiced any thoughts about what she wants to do after she turns 18?
She has. We've kind of gone back and forth if she's going to go into independent living with her current placement. She has expressed that she possibly would want to move back to Pampa as well. So really pushing her to hopefully just finish out her school year with the school she's at here in Amarillo. And then if she wants to try trial independent, she can do that moving forward.
Has she taken advantage of programs for independent living and those sorts of things that the department can offer her?
Yeah, she's been super, super involved with all of the PAL meetings and conferences that they have. Very engaged with all of that.
Is she also aware of circumstances about possible post-high school schooling if she wants to take advantage of those?
Yes. Yeah.
In the meantime, Hudson is currently placed where?
He's at the same group home in Amarillo.
Does he and Maddie get regular visitation and they see each other on a regular basis?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Hudson's 13, is that correct?
He is. Yes, 13.
And what is the current plan for him?
Well, right now we still do have reunification as one of his permanency goals. But we also have the concurrent goal that we've had of relative adoption or conservatorship, just depending on this case.
And have we found any family members who may be interested in having Hudson placed with them?
Yes, there is a paternal aunt who he has had a visit with in person, talks to weekly, and has virtual visits weekly as well.
And is that relationship building at this time?
Yes, they are continuing to build their relationship.
And we're not to a point where it would be something we want the court to order today is to change placement, but it's something that we might work for in the future.
Correct.
In the meantime, Erica Welsh is the children's mother.
Yes.
And there have been issues with employment and with housing with Miss Welsh for some time.
Yes.
Tell me what the current status of Miss Welsh's employment and housing is, if you know.
Yes. So she actually just recently rented an apartment. She's only been there for about a week. So hope to see stability with her staying in that apartment. And then she is employed full-time. She's had that job for about 3 months now.
And where is that?
That is at All Subs.
And does Miss Welsh get to exercise visits with the children?
Yes, she is having weekly supervised visits with the children.
And have there been any concerns about any of the visits recently?
Yes, there were some concerns about a Thanksgiving visit. It was not supervised by St. Francis. It was supposed to be supervised by a uncle. And there were some concerns following that visit.
And what were those concerns?
The children were supposed to be transported by that uncle. And I believe that placement had told them to try to be back by 11. They did not return back to the cottage until around 12:30 a.m. And at the time of arrival, Erica was driving and was very lethargic. The house parents had some concerns, and Hudson also made an outcry that, they had to pull over multiple times while in the car, driving back from Pampa.
Are there any requests for court orders that we need to make today to continue working towards the possible reunification between Miss Welsh and the children?
Not that I can think of today.
Okay. Have you had Miss Welsh recently do a drug screen?
Yes, she did go for me following that Thanksgiving incident on December 1st.
And do you have the results back from that?
I do now, yes. Both of those were negative.
Have you had discussions with Miss Welsh about the concerns that were raised by the children and the house parents?
Yes, I have.
And is she responsive to your discussions?
She has been.
So right now, as things sit, we don't want to make any changes. We want to leave things as are, allow Miss Welsh to continue to demonstrate some stability and continue to exercise some visits with the children.
Yes, and for all those visits to be supervised by St. Francis at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Cook. I'll pass the witness, Sean.
All right, thank you. Corey, just for the record, I'm looking at birth dates for Hudson. I show he's 12 years old, not 13. I show birth date of June 20th of 2013. So.
Okay, yep, that was my error on the court report. So he is 12.
Oh, I think maybe your report was correct. I don't know, but now as far as Madeline, if I'm sure the SEAL program's been explained to her, would the children's home qualify as a SEAL placement if she chose to do that?
Yes, they do have a silk cottage.
Okay, great. Okay. So, first of all, what did Hudson tell you about the drive back and having to pull over? Did he say why they kept pulling over?
He didn't tell me, but he did tell staff and the investigator that mom was really tired. There was something about a cop following them too. So mom switched with grandma at a point in time to drive, but just mom being very tired and almost falling asleep.
All right. And when you questioned mom about it, what was her explanation?
She just said that she was tired, that she had been up that day super early in the morning, around 4 a.m.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Kincaid.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have you had an opportunity to observe Miss Welch's new residence?
No, I'll be visiting today.
Okay. And has she remained in contact with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Has she drug screened when you've asked her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And her most recent drug screen was negative, both hair follicle and UA. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Are there any current services that Miss Welch needs to be working? Is there anything she hasn't finished?
No.
Okay. So it's just employment and stable housing?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass witness.
All right. All right. Again, Mr. Harris is not with us. When everyone's rested, I'll read his recommendations. So, Mr. Alvey, did you have anything further?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kincaid, any witnesses?
Just briefly call Miss Welch.
All right. Ms. Welch, if you'd unmute, please. Can you hear me?
Yes,
All right, thank you, ma'am. If you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kincaid.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Welch, where are you working now?
I'm working at Allsup's.
Okay. And how long have you been working there?
I'm gonna say it has been about 3 months.
Okay. Are you providing pay stubs to Miss Cook?
Yes,
Okay. And where are you living now?
it is a house actually. It's 3 houses down from my work.
Okay. Okay. And how many bedrooms is it?
It's 3 bedrooms.
Okay. And are you willing to let Miss Cook come in and inspect the house?
Yes,
Okay. And you've always been willing to stay in contact with Miss Cook, is that correct?
yes,
Okay. And you're planning to have a roommate there, is that right?
yes,
Is that roommate willing to do a background check and anything else that the department or St. Francis asks?
yes.
Okay. So the Thanksgiving incident, can you explain a little bit more to the court about, what happened that day?
I got up very early. I get up when I go to work. I work the morning shift, so I get up
Okay.
about.
So yeah, what time do you get up?
I get up between 4:30 and 4:45 in the morning, and then I go to work and I work all day. So on Thanksgiving, I did that, and I even stayed late, and then ended up leaving town a little late. And then we came back. We did Thanksgiving with everyone, and my mom was with me, and she doesn't see well at night, and I was extremely tired. So I was just very tired driving back, and that is why we did have to pull over a few times.
Okay. And after that, you did a drug screen for the department because they had concerns.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that came back negative.
Yes, ma'am.
But you understand that if you're tired, then you need to reach out to someone rather than
Yes.
pulling over.
Yes, yes.
And you see how that could be a concern for placement if the kids are coming back late. Do you understand that?
I do. I completely understand.
Okay. Thank you. I'll pass a witness.
All right. Anyone else have questions for Ms. Welch? All right, then, Ms. Kincaid, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I'd rest.
All right. Let me pull up Mr. Harris's recommendations. All right, Mr. Harris representing the children. His email states status quo for now. However, should Erica's drug screens come back positive, I would ask the court to consider suspending her visits based on her consistent failures with abusing prescribed drugs. However, so that's his recommendation. I've heard the evidence. Her drug tests were negative. And Miss Welsh, I read in the report that you had decided on your own to stop at least some, if not all of your prescribed medications. Is that the case?
Yes.
Are you doing all right since you're off of the meds?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's the only questions I had. All right. If nothing further, then CASA. Ms. Talley, anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then I will continue the department as permanent managing conservator, continue mother as permanent possessory conservator. I'll continue the children's current placements. I'll set the next review hearing for June 3rd, 2026. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So parties can ask their lawyers, or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before June 3rd to see what time of day we'll have that hearing, to avoid just sitting around in the waiting room. So, okay, we'll be in recess on this case. I'll be back at about 11 o'clock to call a Wheeler County status hearing involving the Nunley children. So y'all have a good rest of your week and have a good weekend.
Thank you, Judge.
This is a status hearing involving the Nunley children. Ms. Kincaid is with us representing the mother, Miss Nunley. I show she's incarcerated. Ms. Kincaid, is she still in the Wheeler County Jail?
Your Honor, she was transferred to Gray County.
Okay.
We were in contact with her yesterday. We sent the link over to the administrator and put in a call to the administrator, but it went to voicemail. If you could just keep an eye on the waiting room, I'd appreciate it.
All right, I will. I have Shelby Brady in the waiting room.
She'll be my witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
Miss Brady, you're St. Francis Ministries Permanency Specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Aria, Ava, Abel, Audrey, and Adela, who are the children the subject of this suit.
Yes.
And I know that the children are not together, so I'm going to go each one individually. Where is Aria currently placed?
Aria is at the Children's Home of Lubbock.
And where is Ava currently placed?
Ava is at the High Plains Children's Home.
And Abel
Is in a foster home with Bear and Sunray.
and Audrey?
Audrey is placed in a foster home in Lubbock.
And Adela?
Adela is in the same foster home as Audrey in Lubbock.
And are all of their respective placements meeting each of the children's needs?
At this time, they are, and the Abel's foster home is working on getting some additional services set up for him to better help him. They have recently put in a 30-day discharge on him, but they are possibly taking that back. The agency is trying to work with them on making sure that Abel can stay in placement. And then Ava was just switched to the emergency shelter, and we're working on getting her into the same placement as Aria in Children's Home of Lubbock to be able to better help her for long term.
These children are fairly young. Are we making sure that they're attending all of the necessary medical and dental appointments?
Yes, they have had all of their necessary medical, dental, vision, hearing appointments.
And are any of them currently able to do any counseling or play therapy at this time?
Aria is set up to do therapy at this time. And then Audrey is as well in play therapy. Her play therapist doesn't have any concerns. And that's once a month. Adela, the baby, does not have any therapy services at this time. She's 3 months old. And then Abel is getting occupational therapy, play therapy, and other services set up for him at this time. And then Ava, I would like to get her into therapy services as well. I believe that the High Plains Children's Home is setting up their therapist. And then if she gets moved again, then we will be for sure setting her up with therapy services there.
In the meantime, as well as can be expected for 5 children that are 5 and under, these children are doing as well as can be what we can do. Okay. Children's mother is Tamara Nunley, and she was arrested and she's been in jail since the children were removed. Is that correct?
Correct.
And have you had an opportunity to sit down and talk with Miss Nunley about services that may need to be completed?
I have.
Were you able to develop a service plan?
Yes, I have.
And is that service plan based upon your conversations with Miss Nunley and tailored specifically for her needs at this time?
Yes, it is.
And were you able to have Miss Nunley sign a copy of the service plan?
I did take a copy to her in person. She declined to sign at the time due to wanting to read it over, and I have not since received it back signed.
And did you outline the services in your service plan in the court report?
Yes.
Did Miss Nunley, or has she, since you provided her with a copy of the service plan, made any objections to any of the services?
She has not made any objections to them. She has asked me questions, and we've talked about different services that the jail provides or doesn't provide.
Okay. You feel comfortable then that she understands what you're requesting in that service plan?
I do.
Are you asking the court to make the service plan in order today so that Miss Nunley knows exactly what she needs to do in order to have the children returned to her?
Yes.
Have you, do you know if there are any current hearings scheduled for Miss Nunley if she's set to go to court?
When I last spoke to her, so she has currently been moved from the Wheeler jail to the Gray County jail. And so whenever I last spoke to her, she said that they were still waiting to let her know whenever her court date would be.
And she has alleged a different father for each of her 5 children. Have you been attempting to find those alleged fathers?
I have been attempting to find.
Have you had any luck finding any of those fathers at this time?
Not at this time.
There's one of them that may be deceased, and who is that?
Rakeem McNeil, and that is Adela, the baby's father.
But we haven't even been able to confirm for certain that he's deceased.
We have not.
Would you agree with me then that based upon the current circumstances, it would be unsafe to return any of these children to any parent?
Yes.
And that it would be contrary to all of their general welfare to return any of these children to any of their parents?
Yes.
Are you asking them that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and that we continue to work on placement to try to get as many of the children together as we can and for them to be as stable as possible?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Kincaid.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have you reached out to any, excuse me, have you reached out to any family members for potential placement for the children?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, the ICPC that was ordered in the previous hearings for the maternal grandmother Tamara Nunley as well. That has been sent over, and so I'm just waiting to hear an update back about that.
Okay, so we've got it. It's now in the hands of the other state, the receiving state.
I don't know that it's fully in the hands of the receiving state yet. I just know that I have sent everything off, and the corrections that were requested have been sent over as well for review. And so it's been signed off from St. Francis yet.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass witness.
All right. Anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And I just for the record, I didn't announce this. I should have. I won't go into which fathers to which child, other than it has been mentioned that the father to Adela, Rakeem McNeil, may be deceased. But we also have alleged fathers Jose Alvarez, Elmer Cruz, Davion Grimes, Marcel Hex. Those alleged fathers to the other children are not present. So I didn't put that on the record to begin with. All right. Ms. Kincaid, did you have any witnesses?
I do not, Your Honor. Rest.
All right, thank you. Okay, let me get to Mr. Nowak. He represents the children. He's in another trial. Let me get to his recommendations. All right, he says, I represent the children in this case. I'm set for a final tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and may miss these hearings. I concur with the recommendations of the department. So, all right, then, Ms. Williamson, does CASA have anything to add?
No, Your Honor, we don't have anything to add.
All right, thank you. All right, then I will continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue all the children's current placements. I will order the services for Ms. Nunley as contained in her service plan. Our next hearing will be the initial permanency hearing. That will be on April 15th, 2026. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties can ask the lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before April 15th to see exactly what time of day we'll have the hearing. So, all right, we will be in recess on this case. For those of you involved, I'll be back at 11:30 to call a Hemphill County initial permanency hearing on the Ferrer child. So we will be in recess. Y'all have a good rest of your week and a good weekend.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank y'all. This is an initial permanency hearing involving the Ferrer child.
Ms. Copic, you're a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Hazy Ferrer, the child, the subject of this case?
Yes.
And where is Hazel currently placed?
She's placed in RTC in Sugarland.
And is that placement meeting all of her needs at this time?
Yes.
Is she working through the programs, including the counseling that has been offered her at the RTC?
Yes, she's worked the program there at the placement.
Child's mother is Audrey White.
Yes.
And Miss White was asked to also do some services. Has she completed the services that she was requested to complete?
Yes.
My understanding is that there were some concerns about Hazel's mental health because of her suicidal ideations at the time of the removal. Do you believe that there has been growth by Hazel in that area?
Yes.
Have you had conversations with Hazel's counselor or have seen Hazel's counselor's notes to believe that most of those issues have been worked through?
Yes.
Miss White and Hazel had a face-to-face visit over the Thanksgiving holidays. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did that visit go well?
Yes.
To a point where, is it St. Francis's opinion that it would be in the best interest of Hazel to be returned home to Miss White?
Yes.
The only thing is we were waiting until the end of the school semester.
Yes.
So, and that should be within the next week to 10 days.
So she'll be traveled on Friday because she will be done with school tomorrow.
Okay. So is it your request then that she be allowed to go home beginning this week?
Yes, we want to do a pre-placement visit and then do placement on Monday.
Okay. And are you asking that the court do a monitored return for Hazel so that the St. Francis continues to monitor that for a period of time?
I don't think that it has to be a monitored return because our dismissal date isn't until July. So just for placement, and then we'll continue to monitor.
Okay. So we're just asking the court to allow us to place Hazel back home at this point in time.
Yes.
And you believe that that's in Hazel's best interest?
Yes.
Have you had conversations with Miss White about that Hazel coming home?
Yes, we did talk to her about, she's got her set up for a psychiatrist, and they'll continue counseling with Beth. And then she'll also do the individual counseling for Hazel.
So you would ask the court to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, but allow us to return Hazel home at this time.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Copic. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Grant.
No questions, Your Honor. We would join an agreement with the department and request placement with the mother and monitoring so that we could dismiss the case when appropriate.
All right, Ms. Lucero.
Your Honor, I just want to get some clarification. Ms. Copic, in the recommendations in y'all's report, it stated that y'all want to make sure that the mother has counseling and medication review set up for Hazel before she's returned home, correct?
Correct. She has got appointments set up for her to visit with the psychiatrist, and then Beth is going to continue the counseling.
Okay. That's all the questions I have, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Alvey, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
Thank you. Ms. Grant, anything further?
No, Your Honor. Thank you. We rest.
All right, Ms. Lucero, any recommendations?
Your Honor, I just had one more question. As far as so I could give the information to Brooks, who's the appointment with the psychiatrist, Ms. Copic? Who's that?
Can I email that to you, because my phone is in the other room and I don't remember what the name was, unless you want to ask Audrey. She can tell you.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Ms. Lucero, if you want to ask my client, I don't object.
Yeah.
She's trying to answer y'all. Let her talk.
It's Shelley Chamley, I think, and it's the Hope Pediatric Behavioral Services in Pampa, Texas.
Thank you.
All right, recommendations, Ms. Lucero?
Yes. Your Honor, for the department to continue as a temporary managing conservator for the child to be returned to the place with the mom after they do that pre-placement review of the home, and just to ensure that the department follows up to make sure that Hazel's receiving the help she needs through the psychiatrist, and do the medications that's reviewed on a regular basis.
Okay, all right then. Ms. Young or Ms. Williamson, anything CASA have to add?
CASA agrees with these recommendations.
All right, thank you. Okay, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I will approve the placement of Hazel back with Ms. Farrer as soon as possible, and I understand that will probably be next Monday. So, all right, I will set the next review hearing for April 15th, 2026. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties can ask their lawyers, or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before April 15th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing, so you don't have to sit around in the waiting room. So, okay, we'll be in recess till 11:30, at which time till noon, at which time I'll call a Gray County case on a motion to rescind MSA involving the Lingenfelter child. So y'all have a good rest of your week and have a good weekend. Ms. Farrer, congratulations and good luck with the new placement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. This is a motion to rescind and mediate a settlement agreement. Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Nelson's with us for CASA. Mr. Harris is with us representing the child. Mr. Pirtle, whose motion this is not with us yet. His client, Mr. Lingenfelter, is with us. Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother, Miss Leslie Lingenfelter. She's with us. We obviously can't proceed unless Mr. Pirtle is here. Since it's his motion, we'll give him a few minutes and then decide what we're going to do. So, all right, Mr. Pirtle, this is your motion. You've got about 15 or 20 minutes is all. So you may proceed.
Okay, Judge, thank you. I'd like to call my client, Matthew Lingenfelter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Matthew, state your name.
No.
My name is...
Excuse me. Mr. Lingenfelter, raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Pirtle.
Thank you, Judge. Go ahead and state your name, Matthew.
My name is Matthew Lingenfelter.
Okay. And are you the father of the child in this case?
Yes, sir.
Now, Did you reach an agreement with CPS, a mediated settlement agreement with CPS in this case?
Yes.
And at the time of that mediation, did CPS make certain promises to you?
Yes.
Okay. What promises did they make?
I want to know who. CPS is an
Yeah.
organization.
Okay. Who did you talk to at the time when this was happening with the mediated settlement agreement? Who was your caseworker?
Oh, Cassie.
You remember her last name?
No, no, I'm sorry.
Coppage?
Yes. Copic.
And what sort of promises did she make to you if you agreed to let CPS have primary conservatorship of your child?
Objection, Your Honor. It's hearsay what Cassie Kopic may have said to Mr. Liegenfelter, since she's not present to testify.
If she's not here to testify, then it's hearsay. She should have been subpoenaed if you needed her.
Okay. Well, other than that, I can't, Judge, I can't have I can't ask him a question about the representative for the department.
You can't ask a question from a person with the department unless that person is here. You could have subpoenaed Cassie Kopic to be here.
Okay, then I'm going to move to continue this case, Judge, until I get my subpoenas out.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody else?
No objection, Your Honor. Your Honor, before we recess, could I pre-admit something?
What do you mean? An exhibit?
Yes, Judge, I just felt like pre-admission of the mediated settlement agreement would bring forth all of the signatures necessary for the court to be aware who parties of the agreement are.
Okay, I've got I don't have any problem. Certainly the MSA should probably be part of this. So any objections to admission of the mediated settlement agreement?
No objection.
All right, then the MSA will be admitted as, I'll just do it as
Mother's one, it would work if you.
Mother's Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor, with regard to any sort of objection, I mean, Mr. Pirtle's office set this 15 days ago. I mean, I believe he had ample time to get out subpoenas. I have an objection to the continuance request.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm going to deny the motion for continuance. So we're not going forward, Mr. Pirtle. I guess you can file another motion if you want to have it heard at a future date. So I'm going to deny the motion today. All right, that will conclude this hearing. I'll be back at 12:30 to call well, it won't be y'all, it's a Randall County case. So this is all we had, Mr. Alvey, with you and these people today. So y'all have a good rest of your week and have a good weekend.
I'll see you on Friday, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. That was my last item with the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am, you may.
Thank you. See you later, Judge.
Okay. This is an adversary hearing involving the Tomlin child. Ms. Wildman's with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Warner is with us representing, all I show him is as a grandfather, Lige Murray. He is present. The father, Joshua Tomlin, is not present. He's not in the waiting room. I'll just briefly go down the list of everybody in the waiting room. Riley Finnegan, Nicholas Trejo, Keisha Hendrick, Tucker Ivey, Jeremy Chris, Kelsey Marquez, and Erica Smith.
Erica Smith is the FBSS worker who the removal originated from, Judge. Keisha may be here as a supervisor. Tucker Ivey is going to be the St. Francis worker. The others are all witnesses. Keisha, Miss Marquez is the initial investigator. The other three are Canyon Police Department officers.
Okay.
Judge, I have the father on the phone, Josh Tomlin, and I'm trying to help him get on right now by phone because he's having problems. So I'm helping him right now.
Okay. All right. We'll wait then.
And I was going to say, yes, Judge.
Excuse me. Let me ask. I show this Lige Murray as a party, but it only lists him as a grandfather. What?
Judge, if I may, when we did our removal, I guess after we had started our paperwork, we became aware that there was a pending filing in the 251st where Mr. Warner had filed a motion, I believe, to intervene into a previous SAPSR out of Midland County and transferred it here. We didn't find any temporary orders when we were looking. I mean, we weren't entirely sure what exactly had been done on that end, but I believe even the child has told us that she thought that there was some kind of court-ordered relationship that was established recently. I don't know that that's true, but I think based off of my understanding of the intervention statute and some of the more recent changes, that if he has standing in the other case, he'd most likely have standing in our case. So we went ahead and pled him in.
Okay, well, that's good enough for me for now. So what's the intent is, are you gonna consolidate, you're gonna bring that other case in, consolidate it with this one, transfer it, what?
Possibly, Judge. I think they haven't made an appearance in this one yet. I think that was kind of their intention, potentially. Mike or
transferred this back in January. It was in the 318th in Midland County, and I transferred it up here. And I'm looking for the order, the transfer order. 325, it looks like, was the date it was transferred to Randall County.
Okay,
we
so
pled into that case, Judge.
So it's already been transferred into 251st, and you were already, Mike, you and your client were already in the Midland County case, correct? So
yes, sir.
All right, so I think you're in this one until somebody files a motion to strike. So okay, that answers that question.
With that clarification, and since he's now made an appearance, are you all right if I send them over the exhibits for today?
Sure. I'm going to step away for just a second while we're waiting to see if Mr. Tomlin joins us.
I did let him in, Judge. He's in there now.
Mike, is your email still Mike at your law firm?
TheWarnerLawFirm.com?
Yes, sir. All right. Let me find the email just real quick.
I have the affidavit in support of removal. I think really that's all I need for today.
I do think you're gonna need our petition, our exhibits, and then there is an investigative report that has some information related to your client. If you give me a minute, I can send that to you as well.
I have CPS's First Amendment petition that looks like 1212.
Yes, I think that we had sent that over, but the investigative report went out, I think, yesterday. So give me 1 minute.
But yeah, I do have the 1212 First Amendment petition to modify prior order.
Okay, Mr. Tomlin has now joined us, and I don't think I announced this. Amy Taylor, our court reporter, had an engagement she couldn't miss, so we are recording this to the cloud. At the conclusion of the hearing, if anybody needs access to that recording, you can contact our office to get the link. So, all right. Ms. Wellman, I guess we are ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, if you'll give me 1 moment to send that last thing to Mr. Warner.
Okay.
Got to figure out where I saved it.
And Judge, while we're waiting, does Mr. Tomlin have the attorney form paperwork, or I don't know if you want to discuss that? That's going to be my next question. Okay.
My understanding is he did. We didn't get it till when, Brittany? This morning? Yesterday? When? Brittany?
Judge, I think it was Mr. Tomlin may have filed it himself with the district clerk's office here at the Justice Center, so I think that was part of the delay.
Well, Brittany's not responding, but we haven't had it long. Mr. Tomlin, you need to unmute. If you're on a phone, hit *6. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Tomlin, I need to admonish you on a couple of things. You have filled out an affidavit asking for an attorney based on your indigency. I've reviewed that affidavit and I do find that you are in fact entitled to a court-appointed attorney at no cost to you. I am going to appoint an attorney, local attorney Meredith Graff, Graff. And let's see, Brittany, are you with us now?
Yes, I'm sorry, I was on the phone.
If you
I
want to
have
give-
her phone number.
Okay, just go ahead and give me the number real quick.
It is 710-0137.
Is that area code 806?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Mr. Tomlin, did you get that?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay. It will be your responsibility to contact Ms. Graff to set up an appointment. We will notify her today that she's been appointed, but it will be your responsibility to contact her. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then I need to also admonish you of something else. Since you have just, I don't know when you filed that, but since we just now informed you that you have the right to an attorney, you also have the right to ask that I continue or postpone this adversary hearing until you've had time to talk to your attorney. If we do that, CODA will remain in the department's possession, custody until we come back on this adversary hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you want to ask that I continue or postpone this until you've had time to talk to Ms. Graff?
Postpone until I have time to talk to her.
All right.
Ms. Graff.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to grant Mr. Tomlin's motion for continuance. We have until January 7th, 2026 to hold this adversary hearing, and the court has first time available is on January 7th. So I will grant that motion for continuance. We'll stand in recess until January 7th, 2026. That hearing will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So all parties can either ask their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before January 7 to see what time of day we'll have that hearing. That way you won't spend a bunch of time waiting in the waiting room. All right. Whoever can answer, Ms. Wildman, just for my records, I need to know where CODA is placed, the type of facility in either city or county.
CODA is in a kinship placement here in Randall County.
Okay. Is it just kinship or is it truly a relative?
It's a fictive kinship placement, Judge. That's a holdover from the PCSP.
Okay.
That's correct, right, Erica?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing else we need to take up again today, then we will stand in recess until January 7th, 2026, at which time we'll reconvene. Do we have any witnesses under subpoena that Ms. Wildman, or anybody really, that I need to admonish about to come back?
Yes, Judge. Detective Chris, Officer Finnegan, and Sergeant Trejo.
Okay. Let me get those names written down before I bring them in. They're all officers?
Yes, sir. They're all with the Canyon Police Department.
Okay.
And then Miss Marquez with the department, if you could let her in and just so she can hear it as well.
Okay, I'll just let everybody in and that way we can tell them. Who's under subpoena?
Just the 3 officers, Judge.
Okay, Marquez was the I've got Finnegan, Trejo, Marquez was the 3rd, or Chris?
Chris was the 3rd officer. Miss Marquez is with the department.
Okay, all right, then she'll know to come back. So, all right, let me get them in. Let me just get everybody in and let everybody know where we're at.
And I did want to say, Judge, this will be in the afternoon. We do have cases for other counties that morning.
Okay. So you'll know for sure, at least you don't have to be around until after 1 o'clock or so. Okay, I believe everybody's in. This is Judge Graham. I have just called the Tomlin adversary hearing. We have 3 subpoenaed officers, Officer Finnegan, Officer Trejo, Officer Chris. We are going to stand in recess today and we will reconvene on January 7th. It will be in the afternoon. I'm sure someone will contact you, but you've been subpoenaed. You may not be re-subpoenaed, but I just wanted to inform you, you will be required to attend, but I'm sure someone will be in contact with you prior to January 7th. I apologize for wasting your time today. We had something that could not be addressed until we called the case, which caused us to have to recess. So I appreciate you showing up and I appreciate your service, and we'll see y'all back. We'll see everybody back on January 7th in the afternoon.
Goodbye. Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas. See you next.
Same to you.